Now, I just came out of this African store here in Houston, Texas, and what I saw clearly explains why a lot of the food we cook here does not taste the same as back home. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that cooking with some of the things we Africans here abroad have to live with will always make our cooking to taste differently from how it tastes back home. And again, if you ever cooked an African meal in the USA or Canada or any other place abroad, and you use the same recipe, followed the same steps, and when you tasted it, something was off. Trust me, you're not imagining it. And it's not your cooking. You know how to cook very well for sure. So the question is, why is it that a lot of African foods in the USA, UK, Canada, and many places abroad often does not taste like it does back home? This video will explain the reason. And again, trust me, it's not your cooking. Now, my name is Unduka Ude, and I help Africans here abroad to have access to real and authentic African food. So let's talk about the truth behind the taste. Now, I'm going to give you about 4 reasons, and I can tell you for a fact that the last reason will surprise you and you'll begin to reconsider if it's healthy to continue buying certain things you currently buy from some stores here. Now, the first reason why the taste is different is obviously time. You see, most African food sold here abroad, they did not arrive here fresh. So what you are seeing is that spices, nuts, yams, dried vegetables, oils, many of them were harvested, processed, stored, and shipped across oceans. They're sat in warehouses for months, and then they even sit on the shelves for longer periods before you buy them. So some foods can stay years after they were harvested before it actually gets to your home here abroad. Now, I don't care how well it was stored, the taste will be different, right? So the question now is there a way to ensure that what you get has stayed not too long and is a lot fresher? And again, I'll give you a little tip on how to do that at the end of this video. Now, back home, food moves very fast. You see, farmers bring products to the market, and our parents and those back home buy them the same day. So it's fresh, nutrient rich, and has that original taste. But here it moves slowly, and when food sits too long, it loses its aroma, it loses the depth, it loses the strength. You see, the taste doesn't disappear overnight. It fades quietly. So again, the first reason is time. Now, the second reason is what I call storage and heat. Now a lot of foods, especially African foods, they are sensitive to heat, light, and as well as air. But here in the USA, many foods are shipped in hot containers. They are stored in stores with bright lighting and with cheap plastic packaging. You see, what happens is that spices begin to lose that oil that makes it fresh, right? Nuts begin to dry up, palm oil begins to oxidize, and then the flavor gradually decays with time. Unfortunately, nothing can be done about this. The food just has to be stored. And a lot of stores are not ready to invest in cool and humidity monitored environments that will keep that taste. So again, nothing can be done. Now, the third reason is what I call adulteration from suppliers back home. And to understand how this happens, we need to understand how most African stores get their products. Now, back home, there are many people whose business it is to put food products together for African stores. So the stores will send them a list of what they need, and they go to the market and fulfill those needs, and then they ship to the stores. Now, with this method, there is no quality check on this product. And I can tell you there is a lot of mixtures and adulteration going on. We've seen videos where palm oil is mixed with chemical dyes. Egusi and ogbono is mixed with rubber seeds and many other items. Now, again, I'm going to shoot another video where I go into details of these bad practices and how you can detect it when shopping. So watch out for that. Now, with these various items mixed, there is no way the taste will remain the same. What you are buying may look similar, but it's not actually the same thing 100%. And that's why you can see things like suya spices doesn't smell right. Your soup will taste funny because the ground egusi is not 100% egusi, and you keep adding more and more seasoning, but again, it still doesn't taste right. Unfortunately, there is no way to be sure you are dealing with a store that vets what they are buying. The only way is for you to check. And again, I'm going to shoot another video where I'm going to talk about how to know if what you are buying is adulterated. So again, be sure to subscribe and follow me so you are notified when I post those new videos. Now, the last reason will shock many of you, and it is the gradual introduction of GMO, genetically modified foods. And I can tell you many African stores are selling this now. Now, how does this happen? It's amazing. Now, GMO ingredients are cheaper, and a lot of them are made here in the USA. So things like potatoes, soybeans, corn, canola, apples, and fishes like salmon, and many more now have their GMO formats. Now, when last did you check the label of the food you are buying? Have you noticed that some will say packed in the USA instead of manufactured or packed in Africa? Even though they are African foods being sold in African stores, they were packed in the USA. Now, have you also noticed that some of your poundo yams now are now packed in the USA? And when you check the ingredients listing, you see it's been mixed with potatoes. So it's not pure yam, but at times potatoes sourced from here in the USA. Now, these are most likely GMO potatoes. So again, be very careful, as it is not all foods packed in the USA that can be trusted. Read the labels. We all know that labor is cheaper in Africa. Products are there. So why are they resorting to packing it here? Now you know why. You see, many companies, especially the larger ones, are now packaging here to cut costs, and they do it by buying GMO products as ingredients. I told you this last one is going to shock you. Again, always check the ingredient listing on the pack. And if you don't have the correct items listed for what you are buying, do not buy it. You see, products may carry African name, they sound African, they are sold primarily in an African store. But for as long as they were not packed in Africa, be careful. Check the label, and once you see anything that is abnormal, don't buy. Poundo yam should be yam again, and not potatoes. And this is the reason why platforms like AfricanNatural.com exist. And it exists with a focus on verifying authentic African manufacturers, sourcing from them, shipping, and storing the products the right way. So you get the food that tastes the way it is supposed to. Now, I didn't make this video to scare you, but just to show you what is out there now. So if you are looking for African food here in the USA, Canada, UK, or any other place, and it doesn't taste like home, it's not your cooking. You now know why. It's the long delivery times, it's the poor storage, it's the adulteration from sellers back home, and poor packaging. And now you have the addition of GMO ingredients that are not from Africa into some African foods. Now, for those of you who want it fresh, AfricanNatural.com can help you with a custom order where they select the freshest and ship direct to you anywhere in the world. The good thing is it costs almost the same as the old dried up product you get from many stores. Again, if this video has helped you to understand how your African food is now being supplied, please share it with someone who's been frustrated in the kitchen and who wants to eat healthy. Again, my vision is simple. I want to help Africans in diaspora to have authentic and pure African foods delivered to their door here abroad. So be sure to check out AfricanNatural.com, and again, share, like, and subscribe to this channel for more information.